Howdy y'all, it's Kathy from Rust Paper Scissors, and I wanted to do a quick tutorial today on envelope closures. I have a few different styles here and some different ideas and tips and tricks. What I like to use for the envelope closures on like policy envelopes and some other types too I'll show, but I like to use the metal rim tag. I feel like for the button, I feel like the tag or button is a little bit stronger because it's a metal rim tag. So when you open and close it, the wear and tear doesn't affect the, the cardstock. If you're just using cardstock, I think the metal rim tag just gives you a little bit more substance. So that's why I use those. They're fun to embellish, and you can do some different things with them. So we'll talk about that a little bit as we go through it. But we'll make one of those. I have this type where you just twist the metal rim tag and then the flap opens. So we'll make one of those. It's very easy, but once again, I like using the metal rim tag. My basic style is vintage or maybe grunge, rust. My shop, I sell a lot of rusted elements. In fact, I sell the rusted fender washers. And I like to use the fender washers as policy envelope closures. They could be used in other ways too, but I really like them on these type of envelopes. And then again, you can embellish the envelope or glue it to a page, but I love the rusted elements, and we'll make a couple of those. So let's get started. We'll start with this one, and we'll make this. What I use is I use the 1-inch metal rim tags, and I take, I wanted to say there have been a lot of tutorials on how to make policy envelopes, and they're really neat because they're easy to make, and you can tailor the paper to fit your specific journal or your style. My style is rustic and vintage, so I like to use the craft paper. And I followed a tutorial by Shabby Dabby Doodah, and she's wonderful. It's very clear, precise, and they're easy to make. And when you make your own, you can add the closures, and you can embellish those. So that's what's fun. So like I say, I take a 1-inch of the metal rim tags, and on this one, I covered them in old book page. And then all you do is I find the center of my tag and just make a hole. And then I line it up with the other tag so the holes are in the same spot, and just make my holes for the brads that are going to hold this together. And then what I do is I place it on the envelope where I think I'm going to want it, and I mark it. And then I also put it down here and eyeball where I want it on this one, and I mark that. So then. And then what I do is I take the crocodile, and I'm going to make a hole in this where I put it a little close to the edge, so I'm going to move it over some, and I'll move the other one over some too, so it's not quite so close to the edge. But I make a hole, and then I make the hole here, and like I said, we'll move this one over some. It's not going to show that we moved it. Okay, and then what I like to do, and I saw this trick from a lady named Christine Leung, I believe is how you say your name. I apologize. I'll link her video below, but she did this video where she took an eyelet and secured the string with the eyelet. She did it a little bit different, and I wanted to show you how I do it. But I take the eyelet, and then I take some, this is barely art glue, and I just am going to put a little bit of glue along the edge of the eyelet, just so it helps hold the string along with securing it with the eyelet holds the string. So what I do is I take the string and the long end, the short end, I'm going to put through the hole. So the short end is on the bottom and the long end is on the top. And then I just pull it over to the side and hold it. And then I'm going to take my eyelet. Now I'm going to set the eyelet with my crocodile. And so this is where sometimes I have a little problem while I'm bimming. Okay, I think I got it. But you just set that. And then your string is secure. And then on the back, you can cut this back part off if you want. Or you could leave it on there. You could glue it down. But it's already glued once, so I think it's good. Okay, so now we have that. All I do is I take the metal rim tag and I add my brad to the center. And then we're going to put the brad through the hole and secure it. Now, you could put a piece of tape across this. You could glue it however you wanted if you really felt like it needed to be secure. But what the nice thing is, that eyelet, the top of it, is a little bit of a bevel. So it adds just a little bit of room so you'll be able to loop your string around it very easily. So it allows you to use even like maybe a baker's twine or, a little thicker type of string that you might not normally use. So that's the top one. And then let's set the bottom one. And again, I set it with the beveled side up. And I'm just going to get my crocodile upside down. Just going to get it in there and set it. And then I take my little tag and let me find a small brad. I take these brads and I rust them. Okay, and then we're going to put it through this hole. And we're going to secure it down. And then I'm just going to leave it like that. Now you have your tags, and you can easily close it up. So you have your closure. I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to glue it real quick and then show it glued, and we'll be right back. Okay, I glued it, and now again, if you can, I don't think you can see, but that little eyelet just gives you enough room to really easily wrap your string around it. I say easily, as filming, it's never easy. So there you have a quick envelope closure, and you can get it to match your journal or your style. The next one I wanted to talk about was this one where you twist the tag and then it opens. So they're very easy to do. I had made a video earlier and I hit the wrong button, so I lost the video. So what I wanted to talk about, when you have a closure like this, if you have some writing or if you have a stamp and you want it to, the orientation to face a certain way, you need to be mindful of where the hole is. And on this one, I wanted the Paris and Saint Roche to be you able to read it when it's closed, when the envelope flap is secured. So what I did was, when I stamped it where that was, the hole was on the bottom. And then you take your tag and you place it next to the envelope flap, and you mark where it opens easily. And that's where you secure your brad. And then when you put it in, it stays closed and you can read what it says. So that's another little tip. Sometimes you have to be mindful of how you're going to attach the closure to your envelope. So that's another one. Those are very easy, quick, easy to do. Then I wanted to demonstrate the rusted fender washer, and we're going to make this little tag. It's very quick and easy. Again, we'll do that. I've kind of gotten started. I set the eyelets, I set the string the same way, everything's the same, and all we're going to do is take our washer and our brad, and we're going to put it on there. And again, you could secure that any way you wanted. And then we take the other one, and we do the bottom here. This one I have not glued. I may glue it or I may not. You can tell what it's going to be like. And then this is your string, and you just go around, and I think this string may be too long. So we'll just stop there, and I'll cut it off later. But that's that one. So very quick and easy. And then I would have glued it down, of course. But that's that one. Then another style I wanted to show that's a little bit different. And again, you have to think about how you're going to attach your closure. These are little faux typewriter keys that I make and sell these, but I think they look like little typewriter keys, and they're fun to use in a vintage journal. So it's the same type of closure, the string, and but they're attached in a little bit different way. Again, now this one you might be able to see how you have that extra little room for your string closure. There's a good example of you have that. Because of that eyelet, the way the eyelet sits, it has, a little domed top. It gives you extra room. So what I did was I have these two. I also sell the little typewriter keys in a black and white paper. But what I did was I mark where I'm going to want the tags, and then I'm going to just kind of lift it up and see if I can find maybe where that center is and put a mark. And then I'm going to go over here and just move this over and try and line it up and put a mark there. So we're going to be using the eyelets again, so I use the big hole punch. Now, this one is the one where you have to think about it. Let me get this string out of the way. I'm going to want the eyelet in there, but let's see if I can get it in there. Okay, I want the eyelet in there, but I don't want the top of a brad to be sticking up, because that would be a lot of room sticking up. So I want to put the brad through the bottom. So it's going to look like that, and the prongs are going to be on the top. So, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's go on and set this and set the string. Let's get some string. And we don't need as much as I got the last time. Okay. So we're going to take our string. We're going to put it through the hole. We're going to just set the eyelet. This time I'm not going to glue it. We've glued it with the past. I'm just going to set it in there and it will hold. Just trying to speed it up for you guys. Okay. So now we have that. It's secure. We're going to cut the back off. I need some new scissors. I need to get my scissors sharpened. And now we're going to set the bottom eyelet. Okay. Now, these prongs may be a little bit longer than this. This is one of the 1-inch tags. So I'm just going to snip the little bit of the end off of that brad. Let's see if I can do it. I may have to. Well, it worked at my desk. Okay. And so what we're going to do is, okay, we have the top one, and I want the D to be on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the brad through the hole. I'm going to open it up, and what I'm going to do is I want to glue it to this. Let's see if I made it short enough. And I think I did. Yeah, that's fine. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue onto the prongs here of this brad. I'm going to take my little metal rim tag that looks like a little bit of a bow typewriter key, and I'm just going to glue it on there. And I may not be able to hold it long enough. I'm going to stop it for a second and then I'll come right back. Okay, I glued it on there, but I'm afraid it's not gonna, it hasn't dried enough. Now I'm going to take the other side and we're going to glue that, but I've lost my little number. Let me stop it. Okay, I just took a different number, and what we're going to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this brad up, and I'm going to snip the end there, and then I'm going to snip the other end. That way it's just easier. Okay, then we put it through the hole. So the top is on the bottom, and then we open it up. And then what I did was I took 2 little pieces of paper, and I'm going to slip under this brad. Then I'm going to put my glue on the brad. And then I'm going to orientate it where it's how I would want it on the thing. And then I'm just going to put that on there and hold it for a second. And again, I may not be able to, may have to show this at the end of the video. Let's just let it sit for a minute and we'll do something else. But that's how it is, and then we'll close it up in just a little while and see if it works. Okay, so that's that style. So you have to think about how your envelope is going to, what you're going to attach it with, how you want that, what you want that to look like. So sometimes, I had to put the brad in upside down. Sometimes I had to put it in right side up. It just depends on your how you want to do it. So those were the ones that I wanted to make. Then never far from my thoughts are the holidays, or so I really enjoy the holidays, and I enjoy Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So I did a couple of the envelopes off camera, but I just wanted to show you just some different ideas. This was a little policy envelope that I made, and I added the little Santa on there, and then it's just, I think my string is way too long, so, but it wasn't long enough to go around again. So that's this one. And it's just an easy but fun way to, put some decoration into your holiday journals if you want, and then you just tie it up. And then this one, I added a little ho 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 onto the string and just let it hang down. I thought that was cute. And I want to talk about, I'll demonstrate this in just a second, but I'm kind of crazy about really shiny things, so I'm usually not a real lover of the shine. So what I do is I take a label that I've made, and I'm going to distress it, and then I'm going to put some collage medium over it, and that way it lessens the shine. And I'll explain what I'm talking about as we do it. This is the tag that I want to add this to. These are some tags that you can get at Hobby Lobby, and this is what, they're no longer available. I couldn't get them this year, but these I had from last year. But to me, it looks like the Griswolds, family Christmas vacation. So I thought it would be cute to add a little trailer on there. And then on the end, I wanted to add the word like surprise, because Cousin Eddie surprises them when he shows up. So I have a tea-stained metal rim tag, and what I'm going to do is I take some alcohol ink, and I'm going to take a little Q-tip, and I'm going to put just a dab on the end, and then all you do is I'm going to hold down I wonder if maybe I can get in close. Yes. I'm just going to put that alcohol ink on this label. I make it with a little label maker, and that kind of covers up some of the shine, but not all of it. So then what I do is, I need to get one item real quick. Okay, what I do is, one that is on there. See, now it looks kind of distressed. I'm going to take my tag, and I may have to move it out of your sight, but I try and find the center of the tag, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 letters. So I'm going to find the middle of the tag. So I'm going to use 3 on one side and 3 on the other. That will be, the P will be in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my tag, our label, and I'm going to line it up, put the P in the middle, and then that should be pretty good. And then what I do is I take a utility knife, and I angle it towards the side of this metal rim tag, and I cut along there, and then that trims it off, and it really makes a great edge to the tag where you don't see, the tag goes, the label goes all the way to the tag. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this tag, this is the extra, I'm going to put my knife, I don't know if you can see that, and I'm going to cut towards the tag, towards the metal tag. And then that just cuts the label and makes it go edge to edge. So I like that. I think that's a great tip. Now, if you look at this, and I don't know if I can get it to do it, see how shiny it is? What I like to do is I will take the other edge of my Q-tip and I'm going to put some collage medium, just a little bit on here, and I'm just going to dab it onto the surface of the label. I'm just going to put it all over that label, and it's going to take away the shine. And it may take a few minutes for it to but it's still a little shiny. I might need to get a little bit more. It may have to dry before the shine really goes away. But there you can see the collage medium on there. It's going to take away some of that shine. So then what I would have done with this was I would add this tag to this, and where he surprised the Griswolds by their visit. So I would have added that tag onto this just as a little bit of a joke. And then this was an idea. I had gotten these, they were at the dollar store, and they're just little wooden tags that you can color with. I colored it with a Copic marker. It had a little clothespin on the back of it, but I took the clothespin off, and I just made it as the closure for this tag, and I'll show you. Let's look at it. I think I just put a oh yes, I put a fender washer onto the tag and glued the washer to it, and then I did the string and the eyelet, so that was the same. So it was just adding this washer to the back there and making it, I added a brad, so I glued it with the brad and the washer to the wooden tag, and then made it into the closure. And so that's another idea. And then the last idea was Halloween. And I love this kind of creepy looking eyelash trim. So all I did was I took two tags, and these are two different size tags. And these are ones that the wicked, I know I put the collage medium on, and it shouldn't be very shiny at all. So I don't think I did on the boo. I was trying to get ready for this video, so I don't think I did that one. But that's just another little idea of something fun that you could do for your holiday journals. So that's that. So that's all that I have to show today is these, the little holiday envelopes, and then these are the more vintage, and this one was just the rusted washers. We had a the twist closure with the metal rim tags. This is the button closure with the tags. And then this is the one we just did with the a little faux typewriter keys. And it looks like maybe it's held, and all you would have done would be close it up like that. And you have another envelope with a cute kind of vintage closure for it. So those are just some ideas of ways you could close your policy envelopes using the metal rim tags, using maybe some decals or stickers. There's just a lot of different ideas, and once you get playing with them, it's a lot of fun to figure out what you're going to do. So I appreciate your time. I want to wish everyone a happy Easter, and thank you very much.